Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. Dear Kevin Pritchard, you broke my clock. You wasn't playing no games. As soon as I put the clock out there, Kevin Pritchard said, give me the hammer. Let me smash this clock. Kevin Pritchard most definitely did smash the clock yesterday. So he's good for now. But in all seriousness, the more I look at this Caris LeVert trade, the more I like it. Nobody got finesse. Nobody got robbed. Both fan bases will say they won the trade. On Cleveland's side, you get Caris LeVert not only for the rest of this season, but all of next year also. Yes, they gave up some draft picks, but draft picks are the last thing on Cleveland's mind. If the Cavs didn't trade us their first-round pick, I'm sure whoever they selected at that spot wouldn't have seen much playing time at all next season. The Cavaliers are trending up. They've already done the draft thing. They're ready for more. Darius Garland, lottery pick. Isaac Okoro, lottery pick. Colin Sexton, lottery pick. Evan Mobley, lottery pick. Lauri Markkanen, lottery pick. Although he was drafted by the Bulls, still a lottery pick. Jarrett Allen, drafted by the Nets, first-round pick. So you see why the Cavs were so willing to give up draft picks. Caris LeVert could help them not only this season, but he can also help them in the offseason as far as the negotiation process goes with Colin Sexton. Because Colin Sexton is a free agent. There will be less pressure on the Cavs to resign him. One thing that slipped under the radar is the fact that 24 to 48 hours before the Cavs and Pacers did this trade, Colin Sexton hired Rich Paul. When someone hires Clutch Sports, you know what that means. You know they're looking for the biggest bag possible. And that could possibly be a max contract. But if Kevin Pritchard didn't trade Caris LeVert by Thursday, his value would have plummeted because this offseason, you would have been shopping him as a one-year rental. You wouldn't have gotten essentially 2 first-round picks for him because the second-round pick that we got that belongs to Houston, you'll be able to get a first-round talent. That's normally the range when you see a bunch of 18 and 19-year-olds that slip because they either had off-court issues, they had a bad NCAA tournament, or they could have had an injury. I shouldn't have probably brought the injuries up because, injured players is the last thing we want, but you get what the hell I'm saying. Another thing the Pacers can do, package that Houston pick along with the Cavs first-round pick to move up in the draft. Ladies and gentlemen, and Pacer fans all across the world, our team has options. Our team has assets. Our team could be rich with assets if we continue to make trades before the deadline. Any Miles Turner trade that's on the table now won't be there in the offseason. You have to look at Miles Turner just the same way you looked at Caris LeVert. After this Thursday, Miles Turner will be looked at as a one-year rental to any team you try to shop him to. So you have to look at trading Miles Turner by Thursday. Also, Ricky Rubio. Ricky Rubio. Now, this is an interesting thing. Now, should the Pacers actually keep Ricky Rubio? I'm going to say this. I think the Pacers should keep Ricky Rubio. I'm dead serious. I think the Pacers should work something out with Ricky Rubio, try to bring him back on a cheap deal. Because I'm going to be honest with you. Ricky Rubio is better than TJ McConnell. I don't care what anybody says. Go ahead, write it down. Go ahead, take a picture, do whatever you want. Ricky Rubio is better than TJ McConnell. Ricky Rubio is playable in the playoffs. Championship caliber teams don't pay role players. I told you guys that a long time ago. When we gave TJ McConnell that money last season, I was kind of iffy with that because championship teams don't do stuff like that. Bad teams pay role players. Teams like the Kings, teams like the Pistons, teams like that overpay for role players. So Ricky Rubio, I would love to have him, as a Pacer next season. He's a great playmaker. I can just see him and Isaiah Jackson, the chemistry they could have on the court. Even with Ricky Rubio and Domantas Sabonis, Ricky Rubio would be a good backup point guard for the Pacers. Now, people that's been listening to me for a couple years are probably surprised that, praising Ricky Rubio like this because the last time we were rumored, to be going after Ricky Rubio, I basically blasted the situation. The reason I blasted that situation is because we were looking at bringing in Ricky Rubio as a starting point guard. That's why I was mad. In this situation, if you're telling me Ricky Rubio could be our backup point guard, for less than what TJ McConnell is making, I'd take it. But It is what it is, man. Trade deadline is Thursday. Hey, don't get mad at the facts. Get mad at reality. Sincerely, Born Ready.